Hello, happy Sunday. I hope that everyone is having an amazing day. I'm just so excited to talk to you all. Every time I come on, I'm so excited. I've missed my community. I know I haven't um, put up a video in a couple, let's just say over the holidays. But I'm back, I'm here, and I hope that everyone is amazing. So, today's topic: 3 signs that you are blocking the love that you deserve. We're going to talk about the signs, we're going to talk about how to fix it. And before I jump in, and I'm going to jump in, I promise. It's not one of those videos where I'm dragging it out before I get to the point, but I just have to share this. I have a masterclass, my first one in the new year, January 18th, this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, where the very thing that we're going to discuss today, we're going to go more in depth. So I would love to see you there, share with whoever you know will benefit. I'm just so excited about it. I just had to share that. I'll talk about it more later, but I just had to get off my chest. But okay, let me jump into it. So, 3 signs that you are blocking the love you deserve. First one, overgiving. You feel like you are giving more in your relationship, whether it's romantic or other relationships. You feel like you're giving more than you're receiving. That's the first sign. The second one is you find that you are ignoring red flags. You're giving excuses for them, or you're just not seeing them. You asking the questions like, how did I not see this? Ignoring red flags. And then the third one is negative self-talk. You find that you're saying things like, that will never happen for me, no one stays, or just these different things like, I don't need that much. Negative self-talk. You are speaking negatively about yourself. These are 3 signs that you are blocking the love that you deserve. So let me go into more detail. Overgiving. I can think back to younger Chanel, not even that long ago, maybe like a year or two, about a couple years ago. I'll give myself a couple years, where I was just giving, 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 and not really looking for a lot in return. Even when I wasn't getting a lot back, I still would keep giving because I'm just a loving person. This is who I am. This is what I do. And I'm not doing it to receive. And that would be like my conversation. And I found that I was doing that a lot when it came to my romantic life. I would give, and even if the person seemed inconsistent or flaky, it didn't stop me from giving. And it almost became like it was almost like I was okay with receiving breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs were like you're just getting a little bit here or there, but you're not constantly being filled. Well, that was the state that I was in. And, I got to the point where I realized, like, this is not healthy. This is not healthy for me. What can happen is it can slip into you feeling like you have to prove your worth to someone. And you're not thinking about that on a conscious level. But unconsciously, that's what it becomes. Like, I am going to show that I can be persistent and I can be there and I can be loving and I can be all of these things, which in itself ends up being you're trying to prove yourself. So I had to realize, like, my presence is enough. I don't have to prove myself to anyone, especially a man. I am the prize. And if someone is not making me feel like they can see and recognize it, then this is not a healthy, relationship, healthy pattern for me. So that was a realization that I had to come to, which takes us into ignoring the red flags. What are these red flags? Sometimes you really don't know what they are. So, but you don't quite feel comfortable. You have some uneasiness. Well, my darling, your uneasiness, that is a sign that there's a red flag. Your uneasiness is the red flag. So the person being inconsistent, that was a red flag for me. Me giving more than I was receiving, that was a red flag. And giving can look in a variety of ways, but essentially, like when you're just saying, eventually the person will do X, Y, and Z, that means that you're not receiving something. You're doing more than you're getting. So that's a red flag. Those are just some very basic red flags that we often overlook. Um, that I want to encourage you to pay attention to. If you're giving more than you're receiving, whether that's financially, whether that's more of your time, whether that's you being the main one compromising, like all of that is giving more. You're the primary one coming up with ideas of how you all can interact and what you can do. Like just all of that, you're giving more of your energy, more of your feminine essence, then you're not receiving that masculine chasing energy that you're looking for. That is your red flag. Um, and I'm sure as I'm talking, you're thinking of some other things that maybe in the past you've overlooked, or you've made excuses for. Well, it's time to open your eyes. It's time to call it what it is. These are signs that you don't feel safe in this relationship, situationship, exchange, or whatever you want to call it. These are your signs. So make sure you're not ignoring the red flags. And then if you find that through this relationship, you're starting to have some negative self talk, you're saying things like, oh, it doesn't have to be that good for me, or like, oh, um, I know they're just going to leave anyways, anyway, anyways, anyway, whichever way you say it, that sort of thing, or like, oh, that can happen for so and so, but not for me. Like, I don't need all that. I don't need all that. I'm okay with 50-50, which I just want to challenge you ladies, like challenge that perspective in your relationship. Because as women, we give a lot. We give more than just financially. So if something is 50-50 and you're still doing all the other things that we like to do as women, it's not really balanced. And so are you really safe in that relationship? I would really challenge you to challenge that idea of 50-50. It is an equal relationship if he is covering you a lot financially and you cover him in other emotional ways. It is still balanced with that. So, what is that negative self talk that you find yourself having? Like, I don't deserve love. Sometimes we really do think those things and then we quickly brush them off, but they pop up in our head, or like, maybe you think you're never gonna find someone that you want to be with. All of that is like negative self-talk because it's going against what you really want, and it's not building you up. It's not building you up as a person. So, what is that negative self-talk? Call it out, and let me tell you how to get out of it. You want to start practicing affirmations. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of a healthy relationship. I do not have to settle. I am worthy of being provided for. Start speaking positive affirmations over yourself. And if you have a hard time believing it, that's your sign that you need to say it even more. Watch videos of positive affirmations. Sometimes I put up videos, other people do. Like, there's just so many. It's out there. It's accessible. Accessible. So Call out those positive affirmations, speak them over yourself until you start to believe them to really combat that negative self talk. You are worth being in your feminine energy. You are worth feeling safe in the relationship. You are worth having the love that you desire. When you find yourself ignoring the red flags, right? Our second sign. Well, I want to encourage you to trust your instincts. If you're not sure if you can, do some journaling. Write down the moments where you felt like something was a red flag and ask yourself, like, was I actually right there? I'm sure you can think about past relationships, past situations where you thought that something was a little off and you found out it was, you were right. So do some reflecting of times where you know you were right, because there are times, my love, where you are right. And let that be your indication that you can trust yourself today. Trust your instincts. And then the first sign, the overgiving, the first sign that blocks us, overgiving. The way you combat that is to practice self care. This cannot be preached enough because we do it at some point and then we stop. We do it and then we stop. And we just find a way to keep going. We find a way to be busy. You know, if you feel like you're guilty for sitting and resting, then that is a sign that you are overgiving and you are not practicing self care like you deserve. So start to slow yourself down. You know, be intentional about giving yourself breaks throughout the day. They don't have to be long, they can be 5-minute breaks, 10-minute breaks, but something where you're slowing down and asking your body, what do you need right now? If you have a day where you're extremely frazzled and you feel overwhelmed, that is your sign that within the next few days, you need to take a day off. Maybe call in, take a half a day, you know, something. You need to rest somewhere in your schedule and it needs to be immediate. You know, it's a sign that your cortisol levels are too high and you're in survival mode. Coming out of that, giving yourself permission to take care of yourself is how you allow others to do it for you. And that's how you stop overgiving. You know, sometimes it's not that people don't want to give, we don't always make room and allow them to. So, self care is an amazing way to practice that. You know, I personally like, and I'm telling you, self care can be really simple and basic. Let's say you have some household chores that you haven't done yet, but you're really tired. Well, let me tell you about Chanel. Chanel will leave those clothes for another day. I'm going to wash the clothes now, but I'm not going to do it when I already feel depleted. I'm going to rest and then I'll pick another day in the week to throw the clothes in the washing machine. Um, I might even throw them in the washing machine and then take a nap. I don't have to stay up and wait for them to wash. Like, find a way to breathe and take care of yourself. So, if any of this resonates with you, if you find yourself doing any of these things, then you can change them today. You can remove the blocks that hinder the love that you know you deserve. The power is in your hands. So I encourage you to take your power back. Take your power back. And of course, if you want to do a deeper dive, if you want to, you know, ask me more questions, then my masterclass is for you. It will be January 18th, this Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. You know, the ladies will be getting together. Look, my southern um twang is coming out a little bit. But that's how you know I'm excited. The ladies will get together and we will really just, you know, create a safe space for each other where we can talk about this more. we've all experienced blocks somewhere. So there's no judgment here. We're just going to uncover them and do a deeper dive into how you can overcome them. So I wanted to come on, talk to you all. It's been a minute. I miss my fam, but I'm so grateful that we all got to see a new year. And I just know you're going to have a great time at the masterclass. Only have a few more slots left. So if you want to come, I encourage you to jump on it and enjoy your week. Practice the things that we discussed today. And I will talk to you later. Bye, beautiful.